Installing a 30-amp outlet for a recreational vehicle requires careful attention to electrical safety and adherence to the National Electrical Code, known as NEC. Firstly, it is important to have a qualified electrician perform the work. Electrical installations at the meter require expertise and knowledge of local codes. Secondly, check with the local building department for any required permits before starting any electrical work. Permits ensure that the installation meets safety standards and complies with regulations. Follow all electrical codes and ensure the wiring and breaker are sized appropriately for a 30-amp load. Proper sizing is crucial to prevent overloads and potential fire hazards. The enclosure for the outlet must have a disconnecting means, such as a breaker or switch, that is readily accessible from outside the enclosure. This allows for easy shut-off in case of emergencies or maintenance. The enclosure must be weatherproof and rated for outdoor use to protect against rain, snow, and other environmental factors. If the enclosure is located within 6 feet of a water source, ground fault circuit interrupter, known as GFCI, protection is required. GFCI protection helps prevent electrical shocks in damp or wet locations. The breaker must be sized to protect the wiring and outlet from overcurrent conditions. This prevents damage to the wiring and reduces the risk of fire. Keep the cord as short as possible to minimize voltage drop, ensuring efficient power delivery to the recreational vehicle. Use a heavy-duty outdoor rated cord that is rated for 30 amps and appropriate for the distance to the trailer. The cord should be suitable for outdoor conditions and capable of handling the electrical load. Ensure the cord is secured and does not pose a tripping hazard. Secure the cord to prevent accidents and maintain a safe environment. Always unplug the trailer from the outdoor outlet before servicing any electrical components. This prevents electrical shock and ensures safety during maintenance. Tapping at the meter is generally acceptable as long as proper safety measures are followed. However, some local codes may restrict the location of the 30-amp outlet. Consider having the electrician install a recreational vehicle hookup box at a convenient location instead of the meter. This provides a dedicated and safe connection point for the RV. When selecting components, consider the Connect Pro 30-amp recreational vehicle power outlet with 30-amp circuit breaker, model C10035, as a reliable option. When installing the 30-amp outlet, several key considerations should be kept in mind to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. The disconnecting means, such as the breaker or switch, must be easily accessible for a quick shut-off in emergencies. The weatherproof enclosure should be properly sealed to prevent moisture from entering and causing corrosion or electrical hazards. GFCI protection is crucial in wet locations to prevent electrical shocks, and the breaker must be correctly sized to protect the wiring and outlet from overcurrent conditions. The cord should be as short as possible to minimize voltage drop, and it must be a heavy-duty outdoor-rated cord suitable for a 30-amp load. Securing the cord to prevent tripping hazards is essential, and it is crucial to always unplug the trailer before servicing any electrical components. Additionally, it is important to note that local codes may restrict the location of the 30-amp outlet, and tapping at the meter should only be done with proper safety measures in place. The National Electrical Code, NEC, plays a vital role in ensuring electrical safety for installations like a 30-amp recreational vehicle outlet. NEC 110.3 covers examination, identification, installation, and use of equipment, stating that equipment must be installed and used according to the instructions included in the listing or labeling. This ensures that all components are used in a manner consistent with their intended design and safety standards. NEC 110.12 addresses neat and workmanlike manner, requiring that electrical work be performed in a neat and skillful manner. This promotes safety and reduces the likelihood of errors that could lead to hazards. NEC 110.14 covers electrical connections, specifying how connections should be made to ensure a solid and reliable electrical path. Proper connections are crucial for preventing overheating and potential fire hazards. NEC 210.8 discusses ground fault circuit interrupter protection for personnel, requiring GFCI protection in certain locations to prevent electrical shocks. This is particularly important in wet or damp locations where the risk of shock is higher. NEC 225.31 requires that a disconnecting means be provided for outside branch circuits, allowing for quick and easy shutoff of power in case of emergencies. NEC 250.32 covers grounding and bonding of separate buildings or structures, ensuring that all metal parts are properly grounded to prevent electrical shocks. NEC 406.9 addresses receptacle placement in damp or wet locations, requiring that receptacles be protected from the elements to prevent corrosion and electrical hazards. NEC 551 covers recreational vehicles and recreational vehicle parks, providing specific requirements for electrical installations in RV and RV parks. This section addresses the unique electrical needs and safety considerations for RV. NEC 690 covers solar photovoltaic systems, which may be relevant if the RV is solar panels. This section addresses the safe installation and operation of solar power systems. When selecting a weatherproof enclosure, it's crucial to ensure that it meets specific standards for outdoor use. These standards are defined by organizations such as the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, known as NEMA, and Underwriters Laboratories, known as UL. NEMA ratings indicate the degree of protection that an enclosure provides against environmental conditions. For example, a NEMA 3R enclosure is designed to protect against rain, sleet, snow, and external ice formation, while a NEMA 4 enclosure provides protection against splashing water, hose-directed water, and corrosion. UL-listed enclosures have been tested and certified by Underwriters Laboratories to meet specific safety standards. This certification ensures that the enclosure has been evaluated for its ability to protect against electrical hazards and environmental conditions. When selecting a weatherproof enclosure, it is important to consider the specific environmental conditions that it will be exposed to. For example, if the enclosure will be located in an area with heavy rainfall, an NEMA 4 enclosure may be necessary to provide adequate protection. If the enclosure will be exposed to corrosive chemicals, an NEMA 4X enclosure made of stainless steel or fiberglass may be required. In addition to NEMA and UL ratings, other factors to consider when selecting a weatherproof enclosure include the size and shape of the enclosure, the materials used in its construction, and the method of installation. The enclosure should be large enough to accommodate all of the electrical components that will be housed inside, and it should be made of a durable material that will withstand the elements. The method of installation should be appropriate for the location and the type of structure to which the enclosure will be mounted. Ground fault circuit interrupters, known as GFCIs, are essential safety devices that protect against electrical shocks. They work by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit and quickly disconnecting the power if a ground fault is detected. A ground fault occurs when electricity flows through an unintended path, such as a person's body, to the ground. GFCIs are designed to detect even small ground faults and trip the circuit within milliseconds, preventing serious injury or death. GFCIs are required in many locations where there is a high risk of electrical shock, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. The National Electrical Code, known as NEC, specifies the locations where GFCIs are required. GFCIs are available in several different types, including receptacle GFCIs, circuit breaker GFCIs, and portable GFCIs. Receptacle GFCIs are installed in place of standard electrical outlets and provide protection for anything plugged into them. Circuit breaker GFCIs are installed in the electrical panel and provide protection for the entire circuit. Portable GFCIs can be plugged into a standard outlet and provide protection for anything plugged into them, making them ideal for use with power tools and other portable equipment. When installing a GFCI, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The GFCI should be wired correctly and tested to ensure that it is working properly. To test a GFCI, press the test button on the device. This should trip the circuit and cut off power to the outlet. To reset the GFCI, press the reset button. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, or if it cannot be reset, it should be replaced immediately. When sizing a breaker for a 30-amp recreational vehicle outlet, it is essential to follow the National Electrical Code, known as NEC, guidelines to ensure safety and prevent overloads. The breaker should be sized to protect the wiring and outlet from overcurrent conditions, but it should not be so large that it allows the wiring to overheat. The National Electrical Code, known as NEC, provides specific requirements for sizing breakers based on the ampacity of the wiring. Ampacity is the maximum amount of current that a conductor can carry continuously without exceeding its temperature rating. The breaker should be sized no larger than the ampacity of the wiring. For a 30 amp recreational vehicle outlet, the wiring should have an ampacity of at least 30 amps. In most cases, this will require using 10 American wire gauge, known as AWG, copper wire, or 8 American wire gauge, known as AWG, aluminum wire. The breaker should be sized at 30 amps. It is important to note that the size of the breaker should also be compatible with the outlet. The outlet should be rated for at least 30 amps and should be designed for use with a 30 amp breaker. When selecting a breaker, it is also important to consider the interrupting rating. The interrupting rating is the maximum amount of fault current that the breaker can safely interrupt. The breaker should have an interrupting rating that is high enough to handle the available fault current at the installation location. The available fault current can be determined by consulting with the local utility company. When installing a breaker, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The breaker should be installed in a panel board that is properly grounded and bonded. The wiring should be connected to the breaker using the correct terminals and torque specifications. When selecting a cord for a 30 amp recreational vehicle outlet, it is essential to choose a heavy-duty outdoor rated cord that is capable of handling the electrical load and withstanding the elements. The cord should be rated for at least 30 amps and should be suitable for outdoor use. Outdoor rated cords are designed to be resistant to moisture, sunlight, and abrasion. The cord should also be long enough to reach from the outlet to the recreational vehicle without being stretched or strained. Using a cord that is too short can create a tripping hazard and can also damage the cord. When selecting a cord, it is also important to consider the wire gauge. The wire gauge is a measure of the thickness of the wire. The lower the gauge number, the thicker the wire. For a 30 amp recreational vehicle outlet, the cord should have a wire gauge of at least 10 American wire gauge, known as AWG. This will ensure that the cord can safely carry the electrical load without overheating. The cord should also have a grounding conductor. The grounding conductor is a separate wire that provides a path for fault current to flow back to the electrical panel. This helps to prevent electrical shocks. When using a cord, it is important to inspect it regularly for damage. If the cord is cracked, frayed, or otherwise damaged, it should be replaced immediately. A damaged cord can be a fire hazard and can also cause electrical shocks. When using a cord outdoors, it is important to keep it away from water. Water can conduct electricity and can create a shock hazard. The cord should also be kept away from sharp objects that could damage the insulation. When storing a cord, it should be coiled neatly and stored in a dry place. This will help to prevent damage to the cord and will also make it easier to use the cord in the future. Always unplug the recreational vehicle from the outlet before servicing any electrical components. This will prevent electrical shock and ensure safety during maintenance. Ensure that all electrical connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can cause overheating and can be a fire hazard. Inspect the wiring regularly for damage or wear. Replace any damaged wiring immediately. Use only approved electrical components and equipment. Unapproved components may not meet safety standards and could be a fire hazard. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to ensure safety. When tapping at the meter for a 30 amp recreational vehicle outlet, there are several safety measures that should be followed to ensure a safe and compliant installation. Firstly, it is crucial to consult with the local utility company and obtain any necessary permits before starting any work. The utility company can provide guidance on the proper procedures and safety requirements for tapping at the meter. Secondly, the work should be performed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the National Electrical Code, known as NEC, and local codes. A qualified electrician will have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the installation is done safely and correctly. Thirdly, a disconnect switch should be installed near the meter to allow for easy shut-off of power in case of emergencies. The disconnect switch should be readily accessible and clearly labeled. Fourthly, the wiring should be properly sized and protected. The wiring should be sized to handle the 30 amp load and should be protected from physical damage and environmental factors. Fifthly, a ground fault circuit interrupter, known as GFCI outlet, should be installed to protect against electrical shocks. The ground fault circuit interrupter, known as GFCI outlet, should be installed in a weatherproof enclosure if it is located outdoors. Sixthly, all connections should be tight and secure. Loose connections can cause overheating and can be a fire hazard. Seventhly, the installation should be inspected by a qualified electrical inspector to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and standards. The electrical inspector will verify that the installation is safe and compliant. Finally, it is important to remember that tapping at the meter can be dangerous and should only be done by qualified professionals. Improper installation can result in electrical shocks, fires, and other hazards. Consider having the electrician install a recreational vehicle hookup box at a convenient location instead of the meter. This provides a dedicated and safe connection point for the recreational vehicle. A recreational vehicle hookup box typically includes a 30 amp receptacle, a breaker, and a weatherproof enclosure. This provides a convenient and safe way to connect the recreational vehicle to the electrical system. When installing a recreational vehicle hookup box, it is important to follow the National Electrical Code, known as NEC guidelines and local codes. The installation should be performed by a qualified electrician to ensure that it is done safely and correctly.